Today we're looking at 3.6, solving multi-step inequalities. Again, it's not really anything new for you, except that we're just putting multiple step equations together with inequalities. And so instead of an equal sign, we've got an inequality, but the steps are pretty much the same. One thing we really have to watch out for is flipping the sign when we divide or multiply by a negative number. And if I look at these four that I have here, well, it's pretty obvious which one I'm going to have to flip the sign on. It's this one because the variable's negative. The rest of these I'm good with. I've got positive variables. The sign's not going to be flipped. I just solve normally. So let's look at this one. Okay, so to solve this, again, I'm going to add two colors there. Add 21 to both sides. Okay, I get 8x is less than or equal to, well, 21 minus 5 is 16. Okay, divide by 8. Divided by 8, I got x is less than or equal to 2. And if I were to graph that, okay, I'm going to put a line here at 2. I've got one at 3. I've got one at 1. I'm going to circle 2, color it in, and my arrow's going to the left. And that's that one. Let's look at this one here. Okay, I want to get rid of the 31 first, so I'm going to subtract 31 from both sides. Okay, this is 12. Bring down the sign. What I have left over here is negative 2y. Again, this goes away. This is what I have left. Okay, I'm dividing by negative 2 and negative 2. I get negative 6, and I have to flip the sign because this is a negative I'm dividing by. Is greater than y. But I don't like to have it like that. I want the y on the left-hand side, so y is less than negative 6. Okay, again, graphing. Negative 6 in the center, got negative 5, got negative 7, circle negative 6 going to the left. Okay, one last thing here. I'm going to subtract 9. Subtract 9, I've got 5y greater than or equal to, okay, and that's going to be 35. Divide by 5, divide by 5, y greater than or equal to 7. Again, I'm going to circle 7, color it in. I'm going to the right. I kind of got a little lazy on this one. Let's look at the next. These involve some division, so I'm going to have to solve them a slightly different way, but you should know how to do this. But notice these two, my x's are positive, so I'm definitely not going to have to flip the sign. Even though this is negative here, this negative 15, I'm not going to have to flip the sign with any of these two at least, because x is positive. So here I subtract 8. Subtract 8, I get x over 11 less than or equal to 9. Okay, multiply by 11 on both sides because x is being divided by 11, so I have to do the opposite. So x is less than or equal to 99. I'm not going to graph that for you, but if you did, color circle going to the left, that would be on 99. Okay, you should have a number line. I'm doing it shorthand just to kind of speed this up a little bit. Look at this one. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. I get x over 4 is greater than, well, negative 15 plus 9, that's going to be negative 6. Okay. Now, I want to multiply by 4 on both sides. That cancels. I get x is greater than negative 24. Okay, I'm going to graph this. Again, I'm putting negative 24 in the center. This is negative 25. This is negative 23. Circle, arrows going to the right. Okay. Let's do these. Now, I want to cancel the variable out on one side, so I'm going to add 7x to both sides. That gives me x plus 3 is greater than 9. Okay. Remember, negative 6 and positive 7 give me x, 1x. Subtract 3, I get x is greater than 6. Okay, I'm not going to graph that, but if you did, you have a circle on 6 going to the right. Okay, this one, I subtract 8y. I want to cancel the y out on both sides, or one side, excuse me. I got negative 5y minus 7 greater than or equal to negative 32. Now notice here I've got a negative y. That tells me eventually I'm going to have to flip this sign, so I need to be aware of that. Add 7. Okay, negative 5y is greater than or equal to 25, negative 25, excuse me, don't have enough room to write that. Divide by negative 5, and when we divide by negative number, the sign has to go the other direction. So that's going to be positive 5. Okay? And again, color the circle in, going to the left. It should be on 5 on your number line. Okay, next one. You plan to go ice skating often this winter. The skating rink charges $4 for admission. You can either rent ice skates at the skating rink for $5 per day or buy your own pair for $45. How many times? Well, when we have a question in a word problem, that's going to be our variable. How many times? So you have to use the ice skates in order for the cost of buying them to be less than the total cost of renting. But shouldn't it go? So I want to know when buy is less than rent, right? So how much does it cost to buy? Well, that's $45. We want to know when that is less than rent. How much does it cost to rent? $5 per day. Well, per is what? Yep. So we're going to multiply the 5 times the x. We get 5x is greater than 45. So x is greater than 9. So you would say more than 9 times, but you can leave it as x. Let's actually write it like this. X is greater than 9. So you must go more than 9 times so that the price of the skates, the price of buying them is less than the price of renting them. Okay, let's look at one more. Your school's soccer team is trying to break the school record for goals scored in one season. Your team already has 88 goals. The record is 138. That's a bad line. The record is 138 with 10 games remaining. How many goals? Well, that's the question, isn't it? How many goals? That's going to be X. On average, does your team need to score per game to break the record? Well, per game, how many goals per game? Well, that's a rate, so it's multiplied by something. This is going to be multiplied by something, okay? Now, the record is 138, okay? Now, to beat a record, you've got to be greater than that record. So what's over here? Well, we've already gotten 88 goals, so we're going to add that to something else. Well, we got 10 games remaining, and it's X goals per game. That is 10X. Excuse me. Now subtract 88 from both sides. Okay, I'm going to get 10X is greater than 50. What about 10? X is greater than 5. I've got to score more than 5 goals per game so that, or our team does, so that we break the record of 138 goals. And that's today's lesson.